So, how was your visit with your friend? What was her name again? Delcy, right. Such a cute name. So, how do you two know each other? How you hired her? What did you hire her for? What does she do? What? What's that look? I won't freak out. It can't be any worse than finding out that you're a vampire. Come on, just tell me. What does she do? Yes. I'm sure that I want to know, but now that you're being really cautious about it, I know that she's not. I mean, I'm going to guess that she's not human. Is she another vampire or okay, then what who is she? What does she do? What Just tell me. She's a witch. Wow. No. No, I'm not freaked out. It's that same feeling that I got when I found out about you. It's this sinking feeling that I was right all along. I know that probably doesn't make any sense to you. Okay, V, there's something that I've been needing to tell you. I haven't been hiding it exactly. Look, when you don't tell me things, it's because you know that I'll get really overwhelmed and scared and just I won't be able to function. I won't be able to sleep. But when I don't tell you things, it's usually because I just don't know how. I mean, you know me. I'm always stuttering and hesitating and talking in circles sometimes, but this... It's time that you knew. So, when I was a kid, my best friend was the girl who lived next door. And when we were kids, playing with each other, going on adventures throughout the neighborhood, having sleepovers at each other's houses, you know, just doing normal kid stuff. She showed me things. She did things that just weren't possible. She knew who was calling before the phone rang, or who knocked at the door before it was answered. Sometimes she would know that someone was going to knock on the door. She could move things without touching them. I mean, we were kids, so like small things like leaves or a pencil, but but still. Just the fact that you're listening to me say this with a very normal, serious expression on your face, and you're not responding with like, yeah, okay, whatever, crazy. I can't tell you what it means to me to be able to finally talk about this with someone who believes me. Yeah, thanks. But okay, so anyway, to me, it was the most amazing thing that I had ever seen in my life. I thought she was the coolest person on the planet. I mean, back then I never really thought of her as a witch. Like, I wouldn't have called her that. I always just thought of her as magical and powerful. So that's why I'm not really surprised hearing that witches do exist. And that she wasn't the only one. It's actually a really nice thought to think. I'm sorry. So she died, V. She died when I was 10. One day, out of the blue, she and her parents just disappeared without warning. They were gone for about 2 weeks, and then her parents came back alone. They put the house on the market and started to move out right then and there. But before they left, her mom came over and sat with me in my room. It was just the two of us. I think my parents were downstairs. She had brought me a lot of the things that she thought I might want to keep, nostalgic stuff. Handwritten notes, dried flowers, little toys and figurines and stuff. That kind of thing. And then she told me something that I have never, ever forgotten. She said, "I know that you believe in magic, and those who believe will continue to find it. But not all magic is good or safe. You need to know that there are magical people who do bad things. And that was when she handed me a wooden stake. She told me that if a magical person ever tried to bite me, then that's what would protect me. And then she said that if her daughter had had one, that she would still be here. So eventually my parents found it, and I told them everything that I knew, everything that was the truth. And they explained it all away. They talked about how I probably dreamed a lot of those things, or how my best friend was probably just really good at sleight of hand, how inappropriate it was for her mother to give me a weapon. They took it and got rid of it. And it was frustrating at the time, and very confusing. These people who I trusted, they weren't listening. They didn't believe anything that I said. But I know that they only did it because they wanted me to feel safe. And because, they obviously don't believe in things like magic or vampires. They didn't want me to grow up thinking that I could be attacked at any moment, and I don't blame them for that. Eventually, their logic made more sense than mine did. And, as I got older, I never saw magic ever again. I never saw anything that, validated the things that I saw when I was with my best friend. So I started to think that they were right. And so I grew up believing that my best friend was attacked by a bear while she was on a camping trip, which, was really easy to believe because no one ever said that vampires existed. I kind of always knew that something unnatural happened to her. But I kept denying that feeling. I kept rejecting those thoughts because they didn't make sense. And, continuing to have those thoughts and beliefs was derailing my emotions and my ability to function in the real world. So as I got older, they just faded away. And I let them. But now, knowing what I know and looking back on everything, it's all still as vivid as the day that it happened. Now I know that my best friend was a witch, and she was killed by a vampire. And her mother even tried to protect me from the same fate. If only she could see us now, right? Thank you. It's just everything that I thought I knew was completely turned upside down when my best friend and her family left my life. That fun world full of literal magic and possibility, it just stopped existing. And then everything that I thought I knew after that was completely turned upside down again when I met you, my new best friend. But you know what? Even if it's dangerous and there are people who you can't trust, I've wanted to be a part of this world ever since I was a kid. And to be honest, I'm really grateful that I managed to find my way back to it. Even if it is through a dangerous, blood-sucking vampire. Hey, I'm sorry for the weirdness. The simultaneous laughing and crying and being sad, but also joking about it. My emotions are just really messy sometimes. I don't always express them very well. Anyway, that was a really long-winded way of saying that I'm really happy that you have a witch friend. So anyway, now that you know that I'm not freaked out by it, why don't you talk now? What did you and Delcy talk about? Does she know how to help with this whole vampire invitation weirdness? Yeah, so what was it that you asked her about? Respelling a house? Is that? Okay, so is that like where they like install a new vampire boundary or something? Right, okay. Essentially, yeah. Oh, she can't. Well, that sucks. Right, so even if she could find someone that is able to do it, it would still take a really long time. So, I guess we're back to square one, which is nothing, really. Well, yeah, there's still that whole claiming thing, but you said that you can't do that. Or at least you don't want to. Hey. Hey. You think it's our only option now, don't you? Yeah. You don't want to say that, but I could tell by the look in your eyes. You really don't want to do it, do you? Why, though? I mean, what's so bad about it? Do you have to, like, bite me or something? Oh, God. That's it, isn't it? That's how a vampire claims a human. By biting them. Isn't it? Part of it. Okay. Okay. So is this like a break the skin with your fangs and we're done kind of thing? Or do you have to consume blood at the same time? Okay. So it technically has to be a feed, which means you have to drink blood during the bite. Okay. Well, fuck. I mean, it's obvious why I would hesitate to do this, but so why is it that you don't want to do it? I mean, is it just because I'm your friend and you like me? Or am I not the right blood type? I don't know. I'm just guessing here. You're worried that you could lose control? But why would that happen? You always make sure that you're not hungry when you're around me. You've never, like, I don't know. You have control. That's never really that's never really been much of an issue for you. I thought. I mean, you wouldn't be doing it for sustenance, and you wouldn't be doing it when you're hungry. So, if it's not hunger, what would cause you to lose control? Desire. Oh. It's called what? Bloodlust. A very strong desire to consume. And this is something that is uncontrollable? That's why you think that it's dangerous. Because you think that you could hurt me. But, okay, so you talk about desire, and you're afraid of hurting me, but you don't desire to hurt me. You said it yourself that you don't even want to do the claim. You don't have a desire to feed on me. I thought. My blood does something to you? What does that mean exactly? Do I have... Am I like some super rare blood type or something? Yeah, I remember when we talked about flaws. All vampires have one, right? This is yours. Bloodlust? That's your flaw. That you never get bloodlust. Like, ever. Not until you met me? Right. The cut on my leg. I thought that was like a normal vampire reaction to blood, but that was you experiencing bloodlust for the first time? But what about when I was attacked? I mean, that wound was a lot worse and there was a lot more blood. You didn't freak out then. Her essence. Ugh. That's a thing? You guys can smell each other? Sorry. I don't mean to laugh. Okay, all right. So put all of this together for me. What's the bottom line here? What does this all mean? You can't protect me with a claim because you might drain my blood and kill me in the process? Without actually meaning to? Great. What do you mean? There's something that we could try? What do you mean? There's something we could try? What, like a test? Right, see how you can handle my blood. Yeah, because if you could handle the cut on my leg, I mean, you have the ability to. Maybe you just need a little bit of practice. Or maybe we need to see where you have to draw the line before you feel like you're going to lose control. What did you have in mind? Like a finger prick? Yeah, I had the same thought. Well, get out your knife. Your knife that you always carry. Well, besides the fact that I saw you whittling with it one night, I have eyes. I see it in your pocket like every day. What? No, I don't stare at your pockets every day. It's just something I noticed. Like in passing. I'm not like checking out your jeans or anything. Just oh my god. Stop smirking at me like that. You are delusional. Just look, are you gonna stab me or not? I know. You're not gonna stab me. I really want to see if this works. Yeah, I want to know what would happen for you. 'Cause I never want you to be afraid of, well, not afraid of me, really. I don't want you to be afraid of yourself. So let's try this and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, that one's fine. Hey, look at me. Don't worry. I'm stronger than you think. And so are you. Okay? I'm ready. Are you ready? Okay. I'll count down. All right. 3, 2, 1. How do you you feel? V? Can you hear me? V? V? Hey. Hey. Are you okay? Yeah? Good. That's good. Yeah, your eyes they're doing that red and black thing again. No, hey. Don't hide from me. Look at me. Hey, it's okay. Here. Well, this is a test run, right? And you're doing great so far. Why not take one more step? We both need to know what happens. Look, the blood's already on my finger. All you have to do is taste it. Yes, I'm sure. Go ahead. Holy shit, you totally just licked my finger. Why was that way more exciting than it should have been? Oh, the warmth of your tongue. Oh, I wish you could do that a million more times. Hey! Shh, no. You're okay. You're alright. I'm alright. We're good. It's fine. Breathe, honey, breathe. V, look at me. Breathe. There you go. Okay. Are you back? Well, you licked the blood off of my finger and you froze for a second. It was like you were fighting with yourself about what to do next. And the next thing I knew, you did that whoosh thing that you do. You went all the way across the house in like a split second. I guess that was your way of protecting me from whatever it was that you were feeling. You're a lot calmer now, though. Are you okay? Are you coming down from it? Yeah. Okay, good. Here, come on, let's sit back down. What? Did I really say what things? I mean, I was trying to reassure you the whole time. Trying to get you to come back down to reality. Is that what you're talking about? You guess so? Well then, yes, I did say those things. You were not hallucinating. Your eyes are starting to fade back to normal. You seem to be coming out of it. Do you feel okay? Good. Yes, V? Of course you can ask me a question. You can always ask me a question, you know that. How did I feel? You mean when you tasted my blood? Uh, Gosh, I don't really know. I was so focused on how you were doing. It was fine. It was good. I mean, you know, like it wasn't a bad thing. It was nice. Nice, like gentle. You were, you know, and I was, you know, I just it didn't hurt. Okay? It was fine. Does does that answer your question? Okay, I don't know why you're smirking again, but I'm gonna go grab a drink and some snacks because an intense moment like the one that we just had and the intense conversation that we had earlier about my childhood, it's all a lot, and I think that it deserves to be followed up with a good movie night. Do you agree? Good. Let's just call it a day and we can relax and chill and you can judge me while I stuff my face. Hey, I'll even let you pick the movie. Okay? All right. And hey, no more vampire flicks, okay?